Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Now today we've got two loft visits lined up. Two of the best fanciers in Wales at the moment. Marshall Janes and of course Roy Davis. Let's get into today's video. Okay, good morning boys and girls, here we are in the sunny Pembrey today, a little bit different to as it was in the valleys this morning, and we're at the lofts of Marshall Janes. Did promise you a little look at Marshall. Now, as I said in the intro, Marshall has topped the west section, or the far west section, in every national race this year. I think there were 6 altogether, and it doesn't matter where you fly. If you fly on the moon, that takes some doing. I doubt there's any fancier in the country that's got a record as good as Marshall. So, afternoon Marshall, how are you doing? Very good, sir, very good. So, I know we sort of spoke off camera. You've been back in the sport, is it 2 or 3 years now?
2019.
2000. And what about before that? Have you had an affiliation with the hobby before that? You had birds before?
Previous to that, when I was a schoolboy, probably when I was 14, 15 years old.
Right.
Raced for a couple of years as a schoolboy with a little bit of success. I did start back in 2007, half-heartedly. But that was just for the young birds, and not even the full young bird season. That was it. But then I started back in 2019.
Well, I can see you certainly got the bit between your teeth, because looking at your club results, Fed results, national results, you're certainly on the upward sort of trajectory. What about your loft here, Marshall? Are they self-built or are they?
Karen, I bought these. Well, started off with one, a little small loft there, and then things went out of hand, and 3 lofts are all together. Blakes, 2 18-footers and a 12-footer.
And are these your race lofts, or are they? You've got. Yeah.
That was a stock loft this year. That's the end section, cock section, and the young birds on the end.
Very smart setup. D&D aviaries, are they? Have you had?
D&D aviaries, yeah.
Yeah, very smart, very smart.
Very good.
And the birds are in fantastic. What about sort of what birds have you? What bloodlines have you got here, Marshall? What did you start back with?
Started back, Aaron. I bought birds from everywhere to start back. To be honest, it was mostly. I think I had 30 of Allen Mall. Those are the ones that done the winning the first year back. Then I bought stock birds then of Macaroni's and Malik and Khan. A couple of John Crean, Syndicate. What else? I just bought some Franz Wolof, John Gladwin last year, Formula 1. Bit of everything here, to be honest. But to be honest, I had a bit of success with birds from everybody. Everybody I've had them from.
Fantastic. I know you said looking forward now, you're perhaps looking to create perhaps your own family of birds.
To be honest, I think there are enough bloodlines here now just to mix them up and do a bit of a performance, my own little line, to be honest.
Absolutely. Is it, yeah, what's been some of your best performances so far, Marshall?
Well, this year, to be honest, this year has been the ultimate. I've pretty much won everything in front of me. The aim was to top the Fed. I've done that. Top the section of National 6 times, out of 6 races. You topped the section in the Fed 14 times this year. What else was it? I've entered 20 races in the club, 15 first.
Takes them doing week after week.
Since I started back in 2019, never been out the prizes in the club. Never been out the prizes.
Well, that's pretty special, to be fair to you, Bud. Pretty special. And looking ahead, you perhaps have a bit of success over the channel if we get any in 2022?
If we get any, Karen, I'd not want to sit there. I remember sending as a kid, I had a twisted neck, waited for 2 days from the come of the channel. So I don't want to be my thing the long races, but good day races, probably up to 300 mile, 350. Good on the day races.
Fabulous.
Might give it a go, but we'll see what happens.
See what happens, yeah. So,
hopefully.
as well, I don't know if viewers will be able to appreciate Marshall down in Pembrey, lovely part of the world as you can see, but it's not really pigeon country. It's a real challenge to get them down here, which makes some of Marshall's results, all the more impressive. Plus, we can have a look at some of your best birds, Marshall. Is that all right? So, Marshall, this is one of your best racing cocks, you saying?
No, he's not one of the best racing cocks. Oh. He has scored a couple of times, but he's my favourite. To be honest, he's one of my favourites because he will fight you all day.
Again, lovely condition.
He will fight. He's beautiful pigeon. He's off a son of Camelot, Macaroni, And Malik, I bought 2 cocks of Malik and Carne's loft, and they were good enough to lend me a hen of Tipsy, which she's now gone back. But in the first year I had her, she bred me two winners. I've kept some off her for stock, and he's still racing, but tremendous. Pretty much 3/4 Van den Abel. A little bit of Marek Vink through Tipsy, but what a beautiful. I think his day will come. He was getting better towards the end of the season, maybe a bit more distance, but there's just something about him. I think
He's a lovely pigeon. Yeah, he looks intelligent pigeon as well.
He's
Lovely
intelligent, very intelligent.
Very nice. Right.
This is a little 2020 hen I had her for racing kit from Macaroni. She topped the section in the national from Ramsgate. Lovely little medium-sized little powerhouse of a hen. Probably had a few scored as a young bird as well. That's one of the section toppers.
Brilliant. I know you're saying sort of off camera, Marshall, that you use some additives in the winter. In the summer, the pigeon vitality. But in the winter, you like to keep them natural as you can.
To be honest, natural as they can get. They do get a good product. I use is Gurdon. I use that every Sunday. It's like an iodine type based stuff. It cleans them out completely. So I use that in the water once a week. Plenty of garlic oil on the corn, and I use it's a poultry product called it's a poultry spice. I think it's got a lot of turmeric and stuff in it. Don't know, seems that it warms them up. It's meant to warm chickens up and stuff. I don't know. Keeps them in good condition, good bloom on them.
Well, they're in fantastic nick. And they a weekly bath as well.
Yeah, try and bath them once a week.
In lovely condition.
Just natural things in the winter. Natural line. Just natural stuff.
Fabulous. We're certainly doing the trick. Perhaps you can have a look at one of your other best birds, Marshall. Okay, you got one of your other best birds, Marshall?
To be honest, Carrot, she's the performances she's done. I think she scored 5 times in the Fed. She was a later bred done in 2020. She only had one comeback race, and this year she's been fantastic. She's come with the winners.
Okay, Marshall. Well, I again looking at your results week after week, I know you did extremely well in the club, but this was your first Fed topper, you said?
My first, after so many near misses. Karen is the first one from Swindon, second young bird race. To be honest, it was a pretty fast race, and he topped it by. I was first and second Fed, but he beat the next pigeon to me in the Fed. The next pigeon to me by 30 odd yards on a pretty quick race, so it was quite the performance. He's from a son of Black Caviar through Macaroni, which are like hen's teeth now, because I think she stopped breeding now with Paul, and her mother is pigeon of dark velvet. But to be honest, he handles a little bit deep. Handle's nice, but his keel to me wouldn't be the perfect handling bird, but I like him a lot better now that he's top of head. But he handles more like a speedboat, so he must have cut through the wind. Like sharp,
yeah. How far is Swindon due, Marshall?
Swindon is 108, I think, Harry.
108, right.
Yeah, so on quite a fast race, he done a hell of a performance.
Yeah, good going. So, if I have just a little peek in behind you, this is your young bird shed, yeah, Marshall?
One of the sections of the young bird shed.
Yeah.
The race cocks in here, no?
Is this easy bed on the floor? What do you use as
bed, there is.
Yeah.
I haven't bothered cleaning it out yet until they finish molting proper.
I tell you what, doing them no harm. The birds are in fantastic condition.
Yeah, does them no.
And your young birds, Marshall, do you raise them sort of separated or keep them together?
To be honest, Karen, I didn't bother. So I just kept them. To be honest, like the first round with the darkness ones were in this section.
Right.
It's the ends and the race ends and also natural race ends and the stock ends. The first round were in there in the darkness. I tried to get them all on the darkness, to be honest. But to be honest, things didn't go quite right in breeding early on. So I had half darkness, half natural. And there was not a hell of a lot of difference in the performance, just the naturals fell a bit for the last couple of races, that's all.
So did they pair together for you some of the birds,
some
or?
of them paired. Some of them paired. I let them sit eggs, but to be honest, didn't really make much difference in the performance. There was nothing between them really. Just the darkness looked a lot better in the late races, but nothing between them.
Good. And what about your old birds, Marshall? Do you race them on like a roundabout system as well?
Yeah, to be honest, Gavin, I raced them on roundabout, but I don't know what it was. I just could not get a tune out of the cocks at all. Just the ends. Every race, the ends came for me. First bird every race was the ends. To be honest, people say about ends pairing. I had 2 or 3, 4 ends paired together in a box. You know, he's sitting on eggs. The only thing I look for and check the events and things just to make sure they're not going to lay before a race, or they're not, you know, going to lay. But as for ends pairing together, they've done terrific for me, to be honest. Can't fault them. But it was the ends that come every race. The cocks just could not get a tune out of the cocks at all. But whether they were sulking over the ends not being there waiting for them when they come back, I'm not sure.
Fabulous.
But,
Yep, can't have it all. Well, Marshall, really appreciate you inviting me down today, and
very thankful for you to come and the publicity you've given me over the season, to be honest.
well deserved, man. Well deserved.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. See you again. Bye bye.
No problem. Cheers, Gavin.
So, big thanks to Marshall for his hospitality and showing us round to see his birds. What did I learn? Do you know what? In pigeon racing, you need top birds. Both from Roy, who's developed a family over many, many years, and Marshall, who sourced the best birds for his present team. I think pigeon racing, it's all about having the right birds. We're all feeding the similar mixes. We're all giving similar supplements. We're probably all getting our birds tested, medicating sort of similar ways. And I think the bottom line is it all comes out to having the right pigeons. So that's what we're focusing on in 2022. We think we got the team here. So we'll just have to see how it goes. So, looking ahead, we've got some shows coming up in the club, and hopefully we'll get some more loft visits done before the new season. Once again, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.